We're not taking 2 seconds to worry about somebody else. Those 2 seconds could have saved his life, even if it would have steered him in the direction of somewhere other than in the cold.
She is especially upset with the VA and says it should have done more to make sure her uncle was safe and got on board the right transportation.
I don't know if they normally made sure he got on transportation.
The VA said it couldn't comment on this specific case, but said in a statement it does have policies in place to ensure the safety of every veteran it serves, and that includes helping veterans who may have cognitive or other challenges get reliable transportation when they leave the facility.
You never know when it's going to happen.
For now, Christine hopes to encourage others to look out for one another.
Just tell your loved ones that you love them every day. Hug them.
Christelle Kumwe, KGW News.
Sending our thoughts to them. Now, warming shelters are open again today. Anyone who needs a place to sleep can call 211 for the latest information about locations across the Portland metro area and to find a ride. A quick reminder too, TriMet will give you free transportation if you need to get to a shelter. You can also look for updates on the Multnomah County website. That's multco.us/cold. And volunteers are still needed through all of this, and the shelters will close tomorrow morning. You can find links about all of this also on KGW.com. All right, talking about all of this cold, let's bring in meteorologist Joe Ranieri. I know we still have those cold temperatures sticking around, but there should be some relief pretty soon at least.
Over the next couple of days, yeah, but we're still going to be heading into another overnight with temperatures right around the mid to the low 30s, mid 20s rather to the low 30s. Along the east side of the state was downright chilly to start off the new year. But here's a live look now from our Wells Fargo camera. We're looking at a temperature of 31 degrees at this hour. Those clouds never really lifted and we didn't see much of the sunshine, but it's going to be another cold night. Lows anywhere from 25 to 30 degrees here in the metro area, a little bit colder east side of the state. And for tomorrow, it's going to be a dry start for Sunday, but I am tracking some heavy showers that get really nasty and intense late tomorrow night and early Monday morning, and also some windy conditions throughout the coast and the valley tomorrow. Heavy mountain snow tomorrow night. So if you have plans to travel over throughout the Columbia River Gorge late tomorrow and into Monday throughout the mountains as well, you're going to be seeing some intense snowfall. Here's a look at the temperatures that we saw earlier this morning. Like I said, it was a very cold start to the new year. Over in Hillsborough, temperature of 21 degrees. One of the coldest days we've seen so far this winter. And along the east side, these are numbers that we typically don't see. Negative 24 over in Meacham. Minus 22 in LeGrand and Baker City. You saw a temperature earlier this morning of minus 20. Now, it won't be as cold tomorrow. We will be starting tomorrow off with some dry conditions, but we are tracking another system that's going to be bringing in a lot of heavy downpours along the Oregon coast. A coastal flood advisory will be in place for tomorrow. So let's kind of time this out and let you know when the showers will start to arrive. So right around 8:30, we'll start to see some light showers move in along the Oregon coast, and they'll start to get it pretty intense later on in the afternoon and into the evening. And take a look at tomorrow night. Yeah, like I said, heavy downpours and that wind gusts here locally anywhere from 40 to 45 miles per hour along the coast. At least along the coast, the beaches there, you'll be seeing gusts up to about 65, maybe 70 miles per hour. I'll talk more about that in detail in just a few minutes.
Lots to follow. Joe, thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Well, 2021 ended with a record number of Portland families heartbroken. There were more homicides than ever before, and it took less than 2 hours into 2022 for gun violence to start again. Portland police responded to Northeast Prescott and 131st Place just before 2 this morning for a shooting. They found 3 victims. One was pronounced dead at the scene. Another died at the hospital. The third is expected to survive. Police did not find anyone to arrest and are again asking people to come forward to catch who did this. Gresham police are also investigating a recent homicide. Officers were called to Southeast 187th and Yamhill on reports of a shooting. Police confirmed one person is dead, but they're not releasing more information right now. Going forward, when people behind these violent crimes are caught, you may not see their mugshots anymore. That's because a new law is in effect. Oregon House Bill 3273 states law enforcement may not release a booking photo before conviction. There are some exceptions, which include if a photo is needed to help find a fugitive or if there may be more victims out there. Law enforcement can also release a photo after someone is convicted. Now, that's just one of the new laws now in effect, and another takes aim at thieves targeting so many of you every day. Senate Bill 803 prohibits scrap metal businesses from buying or recycling catalytic converters, except from commercial sellers or the vehicle's owner. So that part is attached underneath most cars and contains precious metals that can be sold for thousands of dollars by the ounce. A lot of them are getting stolen. So to enforce this new law, there are new paperwork requirements for both the business and seller of the converter. And a new law in Washington also cracks down on plastic waste. It bans restaurants from handing out plastic utensils, straws, lids, unless you ask for them. And there are some exemptions too. To-go beverages will automatically come with lids. Another new Oregon law will affect the workplace. A local employment attorney says many of the changes come after hardships endured by both employees and employers during the pandemic.
Many of them are just really struggling, even to stay afloat. So many have struggled terribly so that they don't have to lay off or terminate employees. I can't remember a time in Oregon when I've seen so many employees who were so pushed to the wall on what life has thrown them. So it's been a tough time for them too.
I know it's relatable to a lot of people. Now, for a look at more laws that are now in effect and to learn how they could impact your life, just head over to our website, kgw.com. And through all of this, it's that story we all wish would just go away. It has been 732 days since a, quote, mysterious illness in Wuhan, China was first reported. I know it certainly seems like an eternity, and many of you are tired of the variants, the vaccines, the masks, and every other conversation about COVID-19. But there is hope with this new year, and KGW's Alma McCarty got some advice from experts about how we can cope with COVID fatigue.
In times like these, it can be so easy to fall into despair. Between the rise in cases, the warnings from doctors, the losses, and the challenges. But on the last day of 2021, many in Portland are focusing on the positive.
We're moving forward, so I'm looking forward to this year.
History repeats itself. We survived the Spanish flu. We can survive this. We just have to stick it out.
Working in what I work in, I have to fight a lot of fatigue every day. Let's get vaccinated, get your booster, and wear your mask, and keep others safe. Let's take care of each other, man.
But it can be hard to push past pandemic fatigue if you're feeling less than cheerful or quite literally exhausted. Dr. Margaret Carey, a psychiatrist and OHA advisor, says you're not alone.
What has been so challenging about COVID has been the big ups and downs. We get through a particular surge, and then we're not sure if how long we're going to be able to remain in this period of being able to relax some of our most effective public health mitigations. And then we have a new variant, and that disappointment and that uncertainty is very taxing.
In those moments of uncertainty, Dr. Carey says to focus on emotional health whenever you can. Check in with yourself and your loved ones. Rest. Make reasonable expectations.
This is not something that we need to feel alone in or be alone in. And taking care of our emotional health supports our courage, it supports our resilience, and it promotes our healing.
People are tired of this virus. They want it to be done.
Dr. Jonathan Hitzman, public health officer for Umatilla County, says healthcare workers in particular are feeling this fatigue and overall burnout.
Unfortunately, we're seeing far too many unnecessary deaths too frequently, and it's taking an emotional toll on our healthcare workers.
He's optimistic about the advances in medicine and technology, but says the number one way to help both your loved ones and the greater community is to get your vaccine and your booster.
We're going to end up learning how to live with coronavirus, and it's going to have a minimal impact eventually. We're not there yet.
Alma McCarty reporting for us there. Now, Dr. Carey says your emotional well-being might look like many other things during the pandemic with the ups and downs. And instead of thinking of the downtimes as a setback, try seeing it as a process that can help build up your resilience instead. And of course, give yourself time. It can't all happen at once.